Well, welcome to Game Changers. My name is Kelly Kellner. I am host and executive producer, and this is your Week 1 NFL football free picks and premium plays show. I am very honored to be joined by one of the world's top sports handicappers and Las Vegas's biggest daily sports bettor, Joe D'Amico. Joe, you are an absolute champion when it comes to handicapping the NFL and handicapping this whole industry. Tell us a little bit about your results you've had in the past, just to build the framework, because it gets me excited when I hear about it.
Well, Kelly, this isn't what I do. This is who I am. Okay, I started when I was 10 years old with football sheets in the schoolyard. I worked for the biggest bookmaking operation in the tri-state area in New York for a decade. I worked in Vegas, sports books, line services alongside the best handicappers. 15, 16, 17 years ago, I said I could pick better than them. For 16, 17 years, I have more top tens than any five guys in the business combined. I have more number ones than the Yankees have World Series rings. I will tell you this. If you follow me, NFL, college, baseball, college or pro basketball, I will bring you to the bank. This is not what I do. This is who I am. And Kelly, I'm here to give out winners to everybody out there on the Game Changers platform, because this is the most exciting new website on the planet.
Absolutely. Well, joining us is a longtime dear friend and one of my favorite sports handicappers, New York Pele. New York Pele is joining us. And my friend, I'll tell you, you and I have had quite a run over the last 25 years, picking games, different strategies, different approaches to how are we going to be making money in the NFL. We've tried everything from the first halves to the parlays to the teasers to every element. Talk to me a little bit, my friend, about what we're going to look for from you in NFL this season.
Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to be with Joe and yourself on Game Changers. This is an honor of a lifetime. It's really quite something. But I will tell you that in NFL football, we will be taking points. I am an underdog player, and we will be taking anywhere from 1 to 3 games on a Sunday, and you will make money because I'm at 65% on NFL the last 3 years.
Well, Game Changers has had a number of free plays. We've been giving all of our plays out for free for a couple of years. We're now building the business, and we're getting into a high-volume, high-distribution media model. And, gentlemen, I'm going to start with Joe D'Amico. Joe, we've got a couple of free plays. We give out free plays every week, every day at GameChangerz.ca. So, Joe, your first game you've got here is the LA Chargers and the Washington football team. Now, to start with, I understand that it was leaked out that the Red Wolves is the leading candidate for the new name for the Washington football team. Have you heard that? And what do you think of the Red Wolves?
Hell, I'm old school. I still call them the Washington Redskins. Heck, I still call the Washington Senators in baseball the Washington Nationals, the Washington Senators. That's how old I am. I will tell you this. I don't care what they call them as long as they come through for me this weekend.
Absolutely. Well, the Chargers opened the 21 regular season with a trip to FedEx Field on the road. Washington football team finished the 2020 season straight with strong with 4 straight wins, but they fell short of the playoffs. What are you liking in this game, Joe? And tell us why.
Well, Kelly, New York Pele sports fans, to me, this just might be one of the strongest plays on the board this entire weekend. Let's talk coaches real quick. One side, Brandon Staley. He's been an assistant for, 8 or 9 years now? This is his first game ever as a head coach. The other side, we've got Ron Rivera. 25th season as a coach in the NFL, one of the best at game prep, one of the sharpest and well-liked player coaches in all of football. I want to talk quarterbacks, Kelly. Quarterbacks. Yeah. Justin Herbert, 1 year as a starter. Impressive numbers. I'm not going to argue that. But that inexperience is going to hurt him here in this game specifically. First game of the season, big platform, new coach, new schemes. Then there's Ryan Fitzpatrick. If you're dyslexic, that's Patrick Fitzryan. Anyway, not flamboyant, but over a decade as a starter under his belt. The Chargers have ball carriers, Kelly. I know every guy in this league. I was hard-pressed to be familiar with some of their ball carriers. I don't even know them. I don't know where they came from. I don't know who the heck they are. Listen. The Washington football team, hungry, talented slew of running backs that will move the chains. These ball carriers here are some of the most underrated in all of the NFL. They are meat and potatoes, up the middle ball carriers. They will give Fitzpatrick time to pass off the run. Defensively, the Washington football team is undoubtedly undoubtedly one of the most complete and underrated stop units in the NFL. I just want to throw some names at you. Defensive end, Chase Young. Quarterback, Willie Jackson III. Linebacker, Jamin Davis. Guys, this unit is going to spend more time in the LA backfield than the LA team themselves. The Washington football team is the best kept secret in the NFC, and they will win the NFC East. That's for another discussion. This game gets uglier than if Ben Roethlisberger and Rosie O'Donnell has a baby. And folks, that's an ugly friggin' child. Lay the points here,
man.
right? Lay the points to Washington football team. I can tell you this, Kelly. We always talk out there that we play what we say. This game was +1 the other day. I went to 3 books. I laid minimum 10 dimes at each book. And I moved the line personally to a -1. I still like this game. This game is going to get ugly. Trust me. I'm talking worse than Ben Roethlisberger, Rosie O'Donnell to have a kid, ugly kid. You got to look at it like this. I'm telling you now, it's an ugly game and they're going to whoop their butts. Washington football team is going to make a lot of believers after week 1 in the NFL.
Joe D'Amico, all children are beautiful. We just gotta say, all children are beautiful. Washington 6-2 against the spread in the last 8 games. I like this game. I had this one circled myself. Really love that play. I think our fans, our followers are going to love that as a free play. Let's get to your second play, which is going to be the San Francisco 49ers Detroit game. San Francisco finished the preseason on a high note, able to win over the Raiders by a score of 34-10. Detroit, they just have a consciousness of losing. There is so many problems from management all the way down in this team, looking everything from this whole franchise, that change of players and leaders, I don't think is going to make a difference this year. What is your opinion on this game, and what's your opinion on the whole situation?
Kelly, sports fans, the Lions are forecasted to win 4.5 games this season. Guys, this game ain't one of them. Yes, it was it's true, Kelly. I mean, we just talked about preseason. You would have thought the Lions would want to give the team some confidence and maybe their fans something to be excited about. Absolutely not. No. Winless in August. Okay, they acquired Jared Goff. But unlike his days with the Rams, this quarterback has no talent around him. He's got no big names, no playmakers at all, and take it from me, he's in trouble this season. I don't want to see any player get hurt, but I'm going to tell you, I make it 4.5 games that this guy gets injured because he has no talent around him, and he is not good enough to carry the team on his shoulders. The 4.5 games they're slated to win, very liberal number. The NFC West is going to be a dogfight this year, my friends, and San Francisco is favored to win it, but it's going to be tough. So the Niners need to win every game they can get outside division as well. They have ball carriers, they have wideouts, they have one of the most valuable tight ends in the game. If you recall, and I had to double and triple check this myself, Detroit ranked 28th in rushing yards allowed a season ago, 30th in passing yards, and dead last in total yards. Jimmy G. Kelly, he's Italian. He's got to be great. He's like me. His last name ends in a vowel. He's Italian. Jimmy G, Raheem Mostert, George Kittle. They're going to dice up the Lions. Lack of defense, while Nick Bosa and Dee Ford will haunt. They're going to haunt Jared Goff's dreams for years to come. The line is 7.5. Now, sports fans, normally I would tell you to err on the side of caution, buy it down for an extra couple cents, but you ain't going to need it. They're going to wipe the floor with this team. Let me tell you right now, Barry Sanders is going to throw away any jersey he ever had in his showcase, his footballs. He's going to throw them away after this game. This game is going to get ugly too. Minus the points here adds money to your wallet.
Excellent. I love it. I love your enthusiasm. Are you sure? Are you passionate about this? You're sure about this, right, Joe?
Kelly, there's death taxes and the San Francisco 49ers by 7.5 this week, brother.
Absolutely. I love it, my friend. Okay, recapping your 2 free plays. We got the Washington team with no name and the San Francisco 49ers playing against a team that shouldn't have a name behind them. That is your free plays and picks. Tell us a little bit about your NFL package up at GameChangerz.ca for this weekend.
Well, Kelly, I have discounted packages for the entire season. NFL, college football. I have a combo package, biggest savings of all. But each weekend, starting this weekend, I'm going to have daily packages. You're going to have multiple game packages. You don't have to pay per game, this or that. I'm going to bunch them together. I want you to maximize your profits and minimize your expenditures. Well, I'm going to save you money while I make you money. And each week, I'm going to make you money. I'm going to make a believer out of you. And whether you're a $5 player, a $500 player, $5,000 player, dip your toe. After this week, you're going to dive into the Joe D'Amico pool.
Absolutely. Well, we're telling people to not go too deep into their bankrolls on week one. There's some crazy lines, some bigger lines than we expected this week. But I love those two plays that you got. I'm going to be all over them. Thank you very much, Joe D'Amico. We're going to be right back with New York Pele after a quick commercial break here.
The best bets are not on Wall Street.
GameChangerz.ca, the ultimate source for sports betting information.
Well, I caught my breath now after a passionate and empowered justification of two great free plays from Joe D'Amico. Joe D'Amico wins is his Twitter following. You want to follow him, follow us at Game Changers on all our social media platforms, especially the man himself, New York Pele. He is at New York Pele Sports, NY Pele Sports. And my friend, let's get into the meat of the week. Let's get into the NFL Week 1. Tell me what you're liking. First game we've got here, we're looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers playing the Buffalo Bills. It's going to be a very interesting game. 6.5 is the line. Talk to me about what you're liking here.
Well, betting games for so many years, I have never seen such lofty lines on the first week. There's something that's not right here. And because I'm a dog player, it's very appealing to me. But this particular game we're going to talk about, Pittsburgh, is plus 6.5. You should buy it up to 7 just to be safe. I don't think you're going to need it. You've got a Pittsburgh team that has Ben Roethlisberger, who's 39 years old, probably in the best shape of his life. The guy has thrown 400 touchdown passes in his career. The guy hits it 65%. He's got great receivers. They drafted a kid out of Alabama, Najee Harris, which will remind people of another running back they had named Franco Harris.
Yes.
But this guy is a runner. This kid is good, and he is going to get a lot of carries. I see this game being a lot tighter than most people would think. The quarterback for Bills, that's Josh Allen. He's out of Wyoming, and he's done better and better and better, but he turns the ball over. Pittsburgh will take advantage. Take the 6.5, buy it up to 7. Take the easy money here.
We talked about it a little earlier this week in the college football show. How many times does that hook come into play? It is a very, very serious implication a lot of times. So I love that. Next game we've got the Sunday night game, which is the Chicago Bears visiting SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, where they're going to be hosting the Super Bowl this year. I'm hoping to take us all there. I think it's going to be a really interesting game. Chicago 2-1 during the preseason. Andy Dalton starting at quarterback. Los Angeles opens the season with veteran quarterback Matt Stafford under center. Stafford acquired by the Rams in the offseason. Tell me what you're liking in this game. Sunday night game, big line, 7.5 points. Again, you got a hook in play.
I mean, it's a no-brainer. Chicago plus 7.5. Chicago has a terrific defense. They've got a new defensive coordinator who has so much energy. And the players love him because he was an assistant coach last year, but he takes over. He has got a defense that's outstanding. These are terrific players. They will be holding down Matt Stafford and the Rams. Dalton, he's okay as a quarterback. He prods along. He'll do his thing. He'll throw a touchdown here and there. But the Bears will play this one close. And the biggest thing is Stafford. He's from Detroit. He played there. First of all, he played at Georgia. But then he's played at Detroit his entire career. They're losers. If nobody can win there. And he's learned how to lose. He also throws the ball as hard as any quarterback that I have ever witnessed, except for maybe Bobby Douglas, for those who may remember the Chicago Bears. So the Rams are going to drop a lot of passes this year because this guy is going to be throwing them so hard. It's a no-brainer. You take the 7.5.
Absolutely. Definitely love taking the points there. As always, that's your strategy. It is a winning strategy. I have implemented it for a number of years now, and I appreciate your insight. Tell us, Pele, a little bit about your NFL package you got this weekend. What do you got coming up for us?
This weekend, because it's the first weekend in NFL, I've got a special. I'm going to be coming out with 2 of my strongest plays on Sunday. And those plays are going to cost you $50 for the 2 plays. And they are both strong. And they are both dogs. And they will both probably win straight up. I will be betting money on the money line on both of these games also.
Absolutely. I love those plays. I've seen them. I've seen it a lot in college. I've also seen it a number of times, Pele, in the NFL, where you're taking a big dog and damn it, people are scratching their heads, shaking their heads going, how the hell did that happen? So I love it. I love your insight. Thank you very much for the 2 free plays this week on the Chicago Bears plus 7.5 and taking 7 points. You're going to have to buy Pittsburgh up to 7, maybe from 6.5. Watch the line as it's moving. Let's bring Joe D'Amico back in. I want to talk to you boys a little bit about the fact that we have got a office football pool that we are all in. And there is going to be some serious bragging rights. We've got both a Survivor contest and we've got a weekly pick'em. I just put my picks in, and they are brilliant. I'm telling you, when I look at this, just the chart and the flow of how my picks look are outstanding. D'Amico, you think you got a chance against the old Kelster Mania?
A chance. Kelly, we had a bet once before, and I'll be honest with you. You may believe you had COVID or something. You disappeared for a month afterwards because you were so embarrassed that I whooped your ass then. Listen, Kelly, there is no chance for you. I am the greatest. I'm going to whoop you. I'm going to beat you. I may got to go to do jail time after I beat you so bad. Honestly, it's going to be a lot of fun, Kelly and New York Pelly, competing against 2 of my favorite people on the planet. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And it is bragging rights. It's a whole season, guys. It's a whole season. We're going to have a lot of fun with this, but I look forward to competing against 2 people because you're only the best when you beat the best. So, I'm going to tell you, I am not taking pity on any one of you. I'm going to win this contest. So whoever wins it deserves it, and good luck to both of you this season.
Excellent. Pele, I know you're in there. I know you're doing your analysis. I know you like taking points. I think this is going to be a hell of a fun time. I'm going to give out my free play here. I am on Jacksonville, not only because I have the jersey on, which I won from my friends at Side Street Pub in downtown Calgary and Kensington, where you got to go and watch the games. We may be there on Sunday. We're drinking beers, watching football together. Watch for some live Facebook updates. We are going to be having some great new social media platforms engaged. I encourage everybody to go to GameChangerz.ca. Make it a habit every day. We have free picks and we have a whole range of information. And the one thing we haven't talked about is the stories. We have betting strategies. We have information about all sports. It is a great source and a great destination. Make it a daily habit. Again, I am on Jacksonville this weekend over Houston. I think they're going to go in. I don't normally like laying points on the road, but I just see the new Trevor Lawrence era in Jacksonville beginning Sunday is going to be strong. Houston Texans off a terrible season in 2020, had a terrible offseason offensively. Texans have struggled with an unanswered question around their QB. I think this is going to be the start of a new era. Jacksonville needs to put together some defense, and they need to start scoring some points. I think this is going to be the time for them. So that is the line from the old Kelster Mania. I want to thank you all for joining us on our NFL Week 1 show. Reminding you to go to GameChangerz.ca. Like, share, retweet, share this video. We got prizes. We got merchandise. We got all sorts of stuff coming from you. Gentlemen, an honor and a pleasure as always to have you on the show. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Kelly Kellner for Game Changers. We'll see you next time.